Good morning from Chicago. I asked you all this morning what I should cover on TYT Sports, and Ahmed said Bonucci joining Milan. So here we go. There's a lot of factors to this move. Firstly, here is Leonardo Bonucci arriving at AC Milan. The 30-year-old starlet defender, I cannot believe, only got sold for the reported fee via ESPN of 40 million euros. Now, there's two parts to this. The 40 million, he is vastly underpaid for being arguably the best at his position. Yet Juventus, and this is the mindfuck for me, they always have found a way to bounce back once they sold a star player. Arturo Vidal, Morata, Pogba. They sold Dani Alves and Bonucci this summer, but still, they have always found a way to bounce back and fill the void from these star players. The second is that he's going to AC Milan for that fee. Don't you think that they probably could have made more if they sold him to a Chelsea, if they sold him to a Manchester City? And I see that as we're shooting this right now, Manchester City just signed Kyle Walker. But again, it doesn't matter, different positions. I would think that Manchester City would have given up 75, 70, considering what Kyle Walker just got, not as accomplished of a player as Leonardo Bonucci. I mean, Bonucci's won title after title with Serie A. He's gotten to the Champions League. Who would you rather have, Leonardo Bonucci or John Stones? Gosh, this would have been an incredible signing for Manchester City. And no, I don't give a shit about Manchester City as a fan. So the other part about this is that there were incidents between manager and player. And it is a freaking rare move that a team will side with the manager over the player, especially when the player is a star and he's in his prime and he's accomplished. So here's the timeline of events that have occurred. They insulted each other verbally against Palermo, and Bonucci sat against Porto in the Champions League. And here's what Bonucci said. I don't know if Allegri will move to the Premier League, but I'm going to be a part of this club until 2021. Ooh, shade. Shade. It is therefore up to the club if they want to keep me or send me away, but I hope to honor my contract. So there was the warning shot that could have just sent him 6 feet under as it pertains to his tenure with Juventus. You don't say, well, he might move, but I hope to stay. Like, come on, man. Grow up. So then in June, Allegri said this, which shows the maturity levels between Bonucci and Allegri. Quote, he'll be the future leader of the Juventus dressing room. Again, a strong statement from the manager who is trying to mend the relationship and just improve it as much as possible with a star player, so it's shocking. Now, the other thing to remember is that it appeared that Juventus went after Diego Simeone. So as we're connecting the dots here and there, which I did not just do with that, it seems like Juventus wanted to replace Allegri, but they didn't have the right guy. But still, even if you don't have the right guy, because they contacted Diego Simeone, according to beIN Sports, and obviously we know Simeone is staying at Atletico Madrid, but it just seems like at first they wanted to get Bonucci. They wanted to keep Bonucci as long as they were going to get Simeone, but it wasn't on the table, so they let go of Bonucci. I asked all of you to send in your tweets regarding this issue, regarding Leonardo Bonucci going to AC Milan. So here we go, and thank you for participating. Ahmad won again. The new owners are not playing around. Also, Juventus lost 2 great players in Alves and Bonucci in one summer. The title race is on. Not for Milan yet, but I understand what you're saying with Juventus losing player after player, but that might not be true. I'll get into that in just a moment. Sith Lord says, bad move. Juventus should have convinced him to stay. It seemed like there was no convincing, in my opinion. David Duffus says, not sure why he would leave Juventus, but does this mean that Milan are now serious title contenders? Not yet. They could be in, I'll give it 2 to 3 years, but off the bat, no, not in my opinion. So here is the new owner of AC Milan. He is a Chinese businessman that made his money through real estate, and his name is Young Hong Lee. He bought the club for 740 million euros, and the most important part is now that Silvio Berlusconi is not going to be a part of this team anymore. Everyone should celebrate in Milan. But here's the thing about Milan that I do like. They have brought in some really, really good players. But at first, it starts with management. And they brought in this man right here, Massimiliano Mirabelli. They signed, obviously, Bonucci. They signed Lucas Biglia, as he was the Lazio captain. They signed Franck Kessie, and Andre Silva. They are still rumored for Kylian Mbappe and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But here's what we do know. Juventus have always, again, found a way to bounce back when they lose a star, and AC Milan is loading up right now. And they are getting so much better, as they are not hampered by Silvio Berlusconi anymore. And it is a great time, if you are a Milan fan, to be a Milan fan. So congratulations, or as my people say, mazel tov to you. If you would like to keep the dialogue going, write a comment below. That is how you and I interact. But we also interact on Twitter. Send me a tweet at Rick Strom or on Instagram at Ricky Strom, and subscribe to TYT Sports.